Exactly 700 days from today, every map, every border, and every city on this planet will be erased forever. A catastrophe is rushing toward us from the depths of space, and after impact, Earth's survival is impossible. But the real terror isn't that Earth will end. The real terror is what is about to happen to the lucky few who are taken to Mars. Let's look at humanity's final and most terrifying journey to Mars. Scientists have just discovered a truth from the depths of space that an asteroid larger than Mount Everest is heading straight toward our Earth. Every space agency in the world has confirmed this, and now Earth's survival is completely impossible. Therefore, everyone and all governments around the world are looking for a way to live on another planet. And finally, scientists have decided to settle on Mars. We now have only 2 years left. Things like nations, borders, or politics have completely ended across the world. All the world's space agencies are working night and day to build massive spaceships. But the bitterest truth is that out of Earth's population of 8 billion people, only a few 100,000 will be able to sit in these ships and make it to Mars. The rest of the entire world will have to stay behind on this Earth. 2 years pass by very quickly. That terrifying day has arrived when the chosen ones board those massive spaceships and depart for Mars. Those left behind are looking up at the sky with tearful eyes, simply waiting for their end. This 7-month journey from Earth to Mars was not easy at all for humans. Due to zero gravity inside the spaceship, people's bones and muscles began to weaken rapidly. Outside the window, there was only pitch darkness, and millions of people were locked inside a limited space. Instead of fresh food, only nutritional pastes and pills were being provided. In everyone's mind, the terror was growing that a small rock floating in space might collide with their spaceship. Everyday life depended completely on machines, and among the echoing sound of the engines, people could not even sleep properly. 7 months later, this convoy of humans finally reaches the orbit of Mars, but the real terror was just about to begin. Upon entering the atmosphere of Mars, the spaceship begins to shake violently. The outside temperature reaches thousands of degrees due to friction, and the breath of the people sitting inside hitches. Suddenly, an error occurs in the landing system, and the ship's speed is not slowing down. It seems that humanity's last hope will crash, but at the exact last second, the thrusters fire, and with a heavy jolt, the ship lands on the red soil of Mars. Stepping onto Mars, they get a harsh reality check. This is not our green Earth. This is a dry, red, and barren planet. The atmosphere here is so incredibly thin that if you step out without a spacesuit, your lungs will burst instantly. The temperature here drops to minus 60 degrees Celsius. Therefore, for humans to stay alive, large glass domes must be built immediately. Inside these very domes, an artificial world is established where oxygen is generated through machines and food is grown under blue LED lights. The early days of settling on Mars were completely terrifying. The dust storms here are so brutal that they covered the entire planet for months. When the first major storm arrived, the sky of Mars turned completely red and black. Sunlight stopped breaking through, causing the solar panels installed outside to stop working. For those few months, humans had to live under the shadow of dread on backup batteries and very low power, because losing power directly meant running out of oxygen. Today, there is a strange silence in this human colony settled on Mars. Everyone is sitting quietly in front of the large screens and telescopes inside the dome. Exactly 700 days have passed today, and that massive asteroid is about to collide with Earth. And then, suddenly, a terrifying flash appears on the screen. From hundreds of millions of miles away, humans are watching live with their own eyes as that blue Earth turns into a red ball of fire. Everything was wiped out in a fraction of a second. Now, there is no way back for the people who came to Mars. The trauma of watching Earth get destroyed right before their eyes was so deep that a terrifying panic spread among the people settled on Mars. Gradually, a completely new kind of society and economy developed on Mars. Old Earth money, dollars or gold, held no value here anymore. The biggest currencies on Mars have now become oxygen and water. There is no route above the surface of Mars to go from one dome to another. Instead, large tunnels have been dug beneath the surface. Through these very tunnels, high-speed rovers transport people safely from one place to another. While digging these underground tunnels one day, something happened that completely shocked the scientists. The machines discovered a frozen cave several miles beneath the surface of Mars. There was not just water ice there, but some strange, frozen bacteria millions of years old were also present. This was a massive discovery, but at the same time, a massive danger. That cave was immediately sealed forever so that no alien disease would spread among humans. Time moves forward, and a full 100 years have passed while living on Mars. The people born on Earth are no longer alive, and a new generation of humans has arrived on Mars. But this generation is completely different from the humans of the old Earth. The gravity of Mars is only 38% compared to Earth. Because of this low gravity, the height of humans born on Mars has increased greatly. They are now 7 to 8 feet tall, but their bones have become as weak as glass. After this long 100-year journey, this colony on Mars was standing on the edge of a massive danger. The nuclear reactors powering the domes were now counting their last breaths, and the filters cleaning the air were also beginning to fail. Humans understood that they could no longer stay alive in these glass cages. Therefore, scientists started a mega project of terraforming to make Mars like Earth, which was like a suicide mission. The plan was to detonate massive nuclear explosions from space at the north and south poles of Mars, where dry ice is frozen. The explosions were triggered, and the ground of Mars shook so intensely that the sirens inside the domes began to scream. Cracks appeared in the glass domes, but miraculously, the domes held together. Global warming started on Mars, and water began to flow again as ice melted in rivers that had been dry for millions of years. The sky that used to look red was now slowly turning a light blue, just like Earth. Now comes that interesting scientific fact about how the asteroid colliding with Earth was watched live from Mars. In reality, nothing appears live instantly in space. Depending on the distance between Earth and Mars, it takes anywhere from 3 minutes to 22 minutes for light to travel from one place to another. This means that when the humans sitting on Mars saw their Earth being destroyed, in reality, that terrifying event had already occurred 3 to 22 minutes earlier. Those people were not watching Earth live, but rather its history, its past. So friends, how did you like this terrifying and suspense-filled video? Do let us know by commenting below. Make sure to like this video and share it with your friends so that they too can find out this terrifying truth about space. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then subscribe right now. And yes, if you haven't hit that bell button yet, then hit that too so that you get the notification for the next video immediately.